Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a moment and consider this. The most important relationship you will ever have in your life is the one you have with yourself. Every achievement, every triumph, and every breakthrough begins not with the world around you, but with the world within you. Your dreams are not fleeting thoughts. They are the blueprints of your destiny. Yet, far too many people spend their lives distracted by the noise of others, by the opinions of the world, and by circumstances that have nothing to do with their purpose. Today, I invite you to embark on a journey inward, a journey where you learn to focus on yourself, to understand your true potential, and to give unwavering attention to the dreams that are uniquely yours. The power of focus is not a mere habit. It is a law of success. It is the force that transforms ordinary men and women into legends, the force that converts desires into achievements and visions into reality. In the next few moments, we will explore how mastering the art of focusing on yourself and your dreams can ignite unstoppable momentum in your life. You will discover the principles that can help you rise above distraction, silence self, doubt, and harness the extraordinary power that resides within you. Because the truth is simple, when you focus on yourself and when you align your energy with your dreams, you do not just change your life, you create a legacy that can endure for generations. Mastering the art of self-focus is perhaps the most crucial skill one can develop on the path to personal and professional success. It is not merely about paying attention to tasks or setting goals. It is about cultivating an unwavering awareness of your own mind, your habits, your thoughts, and your emotions. Self-focus begins with self-knowledge, the intimate understanding of who you are, what you desire, what motivates you, and what holds you back. Without this awareness, one drifts aimlessly through life, reacting to circumstances rather than deliberately shaping them. Napoleon Hill often emphasized that success is born from the clarity of purpose and the focused application of one's mental faculties, and this clarity cannot exist without a deep understanding of oneself. The mind is the most powerful instrument at your disposal, and like any instrument, it must be tuned and disciplined to produce results that are consistent with your aspirations. Learning to focus on yourself means observing your thoughts without judgment, recognizing patterns of procrastination, fear, and doubt, and consciously redirecting your mental energy toward productive and empowering directions. Every individual possesses latent potential far beyond what they usually access, but that potential remains dormant unless attention is deliberately concentrated on growth, learning, and purposeful action. The practice of self-focus demands both patience and persistence, as it often requires confronting uncomfortable truths about your limitations and weaknesses while simultaneously recognizing and nurturing your strengths. Developing this focus is akin to building a muscle. The more consistently and deliberately you exercise it, the stronger and more effective it becomes over time. One of the key aspects of self-focus is setting aside the constant pull of external distractions and cultivating the habit of introspection. In our modern world, distractions abound, from social media notifications to the endless chatter of opinions and advice from others. But the individual who learns to turn inward gains an extraordinary advantage. They become capable of filtering what truly matters from the noise, of distinguishing between fleeting impulses and genuine insights, and of making decisions that align with their higher purpose. Self-focus also involves mastering your emotions, understanding how feelings of fear, anger, or doubt can cloud judgment and derail progress. Napoleon Hill taught that emotional mastery is essential because emotions are the fuel that drives thought into action. When your mind is clouded by negativity or confusion, even the most brilliant ideas fail to materialize into results. By focusing on yourself, You learn to identify these emotional triggers and consciously choose responses that are constructive rather than destructive. This mastery requires a daily practice of reflection and mindfulness, cultivating an internal environment where clarity, discipline, and confidence can flourish. Another critical component of self-focus is the cultivation of a definite purpose. A person who lacks a clear sense of purpose will find that their focus wavers and their efforts scatter. Definite purpose acts as a magnet for attention, pulling the mind toward objectives that matter most and creating a natural filter for distractions and unproductive activities. Napoleon Hill consistently highlighted that the most successful individuals are those who have honed their focus around a well-defined goal and have applied their mental faculties consistently to achieve it. Developing self-focus also entails the ability to prioritize effectively. Life presents countless demands on attention, and without the skill to discern what is essential from what is trivial, energy is wasted on matters that do not advance your objectives. Prioritization requires honesty with oneself and the courage to say no to activities, relationships, or habits that do not serve your growth. This discernment is a byproduct of deep self-knowledge, as it is only when you understand your values, strengths, and long-term aspirations that you can make wise choices about where to invest your time and energy. Concentrated effort, which is the hallmark of self-focus, amplifies results exponentially. When your attention is scattered across many pursuits, progress is slow and inconsistent. However, when your mind is fully committed to understanding yourself, improving your skills, and aligning your actions with your goals, the momentum you generate becomes unstoppable. This principle is consistent with Napoleon Hill's law of concentration, which states that energy directed toward a single definite purpose multiplies effectiveness and accelerates success. Self-focus also encourages the development of habits that support personal growth. Our daily routines shape our destiny far more than isolated moments of effort. By deliberately designing routines that nurture learning, reflection, and skill development, you condition yourself to operate consistently at a higher level. Reading, journaling, meditation, and deliberate practice are all activities that reinforce self-focus, allowing the mind to remain disciplined and directed. The discipline of self-focus, however, is not merely an intellectual exercise. It is profoundly practical. It manifests in the choices you make every day, how you spend your time, how you respond to challenges, and how you interact with others. Each decision is a reflection of your degree of focus, and each action compounds to either advance your goals or divert you from them. Those who master self-focus become architects of their own lives, no longer at the mercy of external circumstances or the whims of others. Furthermore, the cultivation of self-focus fosters resilience. When you are deeply attuned to your own mind and purpose, setbacks and failures are seen not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for learning and refinement. Napoleon Hill emphasized that adversity often carries the seeds of equivalent advantage, and a focused mind is uniquely equipped to recognize and capitalize on these opportunities. By understanding yourself and your capacity to overcome challenges, you maintain forward momentum even in the face of difficulties that would derail a less disciplined individual. Self-focus also strengthens decision-making. Clarity about one's goals, values, and capabilities provides a solid foundation for making choices that align with long-term success. Indecision and hesitation often arise from a lack of understanding of oneself and one's objectives. The more you invest in knowing yourself, the easier it becomes to act decisively and confidently, minimizing wasted time and energy. A highly focused individual develops a keen sense of intuition, the ability to sense the right course of action without hesitation. This intuitive clarity is a product of consistent self-reflection, study, and alignment of thought with purpose. It allows you to move through life with a sense of certainty and direction, even amidst uncertainty. In addition, self-focus enhances creativity and innovation. When your mind is free from constant distraction and fully aware of its own potential, it can generate ideas and solutions that are original and effective. Napoleon Hill often noted that the imagination is one of the most powerful faculties of the human mind, and it flourishes when mental energy is concentrated on meaningful objectives. By focusing on yourself, you create the mental space necessary for creativity to emerge, enabling you to see opportunities and pathways that others overlook. Finally, self-focus is the foundation of personal responsibility. When you are fully aware of yourself, your choices, your habits, your thoughts, you recognize that the results you achieve in life are primarily a reflection of your own actions. You stop blaming external circumstances or other people for your setbacks and take full ownership of your progress. This ownership is empowering because it places the power to change squarely in your own hands. The more you cultivate self-focus, the more you realize that success is not something that happens to you. It is something that you create through deliberate attention, disciplined thought, and consistent action. Defining your dreams clearly is one of the most essential steps toward achieving success and fulfillment in life. Dreams are not simply idle wishes or fleeting desires. They are the mental images of the life you wish to create, the foundation upon which your goals, actions, and achievements are built. Without a clear definition, dreams remain vague and unattainable, drifting like clouds without direction or substance. Napoleon Hill emphasized that clarity of purpose is the starting point of all achievement, and the clearer and more precise your vision, the more powerfully your mind can work to turn it into reality. The process of defining your dreams begins with self-reflection, a deliberate examination of your passions, values, strengths, and desires. It requires asking yourself deep and probing questions. What do I truly want from life? What would bring me lasting satisfaction and fulfillment? What impact do I wish to leave on the world? By exploring these questions honestly, you begin to uncover the essence of your dreams, separating them from superficial goals imposed by society, family, or circumstance. A well-defined dream is specific and vivid. It is not enough to say, I want to be successful, or I want to be happy. Success and happiness are abstract concepts that mean different things to different people. Instead, clarity comes from articulating exactly what success or happiness looks like for you. Perhaps success means owning your own business, writing a book, or traveling the world while creating value for others. Perhaps happiness means nurturing deep relationships, contributing to your community, or living a life of continuous learning and growth. The more detailed and tangible your dream, the easier it becomes to channel your thoughts, energy, and resources toward it. Specificity transforms your dream from a vague hope into a target your mind can aim for. Another critical aspect of defining your dreams clearly is aligning them with your values and passions. Dreams that conflict with your core beliefs, or that are motivated solely by external approval, are unlikely to sustain your focus or energy over the long term. When your dreams resonate deeply with who you are and what you care about, they become a source of intrinsic motivation, driving you to persevere even in the face of obstacles and setbacks. Napoleon Hill consistently highlighted that a dream backed by desire is unstoppable because desire acts as the fuel that powers the mind and directs action. Writing down your dreams is a powerful practice that reinforces clarity. When a dream is committed to paper, it transforms from an abstract idea into a concrete statement of intent. This act of writing engages the conscious and subconscious mind, making the dream more real and accessible to your daily thoughts and decisions. Many successful individuals, including those studied by Napoleon Hill, practiced the habit of writing down their goals and reading them daily to maintain focus and alignment with their purpose. Visualization is another vital tool in defining your dreams clearly. By creating a mental image of what your life will look like when your dream is realized, you engage the creative power of your imagination. Visualization turns abstract desires into sensory experiences that the mind can respond to, enhancing motivation and guiding decision making. When you can see, hear, and feel the reality of your dream in your mind, you strengthen the belief that it is achievable and prepare yourself to recognize opportunities that bring you closer to it. Clarity of dreams also involves setting measurable outcomes and milestones. A dream without markers of progress can easily become overwhelming or discouraging. Breaking your dream into achievable steps allows you to track growth, celebrate accomplishments, and maintain momentum. Each milestone serves as a checkpoint, reinforcing the belief that your ultimate objective is within reach. Defining your dreams clearly requires courage because it often involves confronting fears, doubts, and the possibility of failure. Many people avoid articulating their true desires because they fear judgment, rejection, or the difficulty of pursuing them. Yet, avoiding clarity does not protect you from challenges. It merely ensures that you wander aimlessly without direction. Courage is essential because it allows you to acknowledge your deepest desires and commit to pursuing them despite uncertainty and risk. Once your dreams are clearly defined, they become a guiding star for all decisions and actions. Every choice you make, every opportunity you pursue, and every resource you invest can be evaluated in light of whether it brings you closer to your dream or diverts you from it. This clarity reduces confusion, minimizes wasted effort, and maximizes efficiency in the pursuit of your objectives. Another dimension of defining your dreams is articulating not only what you want, but also why you want it. Purpose provides the emotional and psychological energy that sustains long-term effort. Understanding why a dream matters to you, whether it is for personal growth, contribution to others, financial freedom, or legacy, creates a compelling reason to persevere through obstacles. Napoleon Hill often emphasized that desire backed by purpose becomes an irresistible force capable of overcoming resistance and inspiring creative solutions. Sharing your dreams selectively with trusted mentors or partners can also strengthen clarity. By expressing your vision in words and discussing it with those who support and understand your aspirations, you reinforce commitment and gain valuable perspectives. Feedback from experienced individuals can illuminate blind spots, suggest strategies, and provide encouragement, all of which enhance your ability to pursue your dream with focus and determination. Defining your dreams clearly also involves anticipating potential obstacles and planning strategies to overcome them. A well-conceived dream is not naive. It recognizes the challenges ahead and incorporates preparation and resilience. By envisioning the journey as well as the destination, you prepare mentally and emotionally to face difficulties without losing sight of the ultimate objective. Clarity of dreams fosters persistence because it keeps you oriented toward what matters most. Distractions, setbacks, and temporary failures are inevitable, but a clearly defined dream acts as a compass, guiding you back to the path when you stray. Without such clarity, small obstacles can derail progress, leading to frustration and abandonment of goals. Furthermore, clearly defined dreams enhance focus by creating a mental filter for opportunities and choices. When your vision is sharp, you instinctively recognize which opportunities align with your objectives and which do not. This selective attention allows you to invest your energy wisely, avoiding time and resources spent on pursuits that do not advance your goals. In addition, clarity of dreams cultivates confidence. When you know exactly what you are striving for and have a concrete plan to achieve it, self-doubt diminishes. Confidence is built not only on belief in your abilities, but also on certainty about the destination and the path forward. This combination of purpose, planning, and clarity generates momentum that propels you towards success. Finally, defining your dreams clearly is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. As you grow, learn, and experience life, your understanding of your aspirations may evolve. Revisiting and refining your dreams ensures that they remain aligned with your values, passions, and potential. This dynamic process keeps your vision relevant, inspiring, and powerful, allowing your mind to operate with maximum focus and effectiveness. Eliminating distractions and negative influences is a critical principle for anyone who seeks to achieve extraordinary success and live a life aligned with their highest aspirations. The mind is an incredibly powerful instrument capable of creating reality from thought, yet it is constantly under siege from countless distractions and detrimental influences that sap energy, scatter attention, and dilute the power of focus. Napoleon Hill often emphasized that the ability to concentrate without distraction is a hallmark of every successful individual, and this skill is built not merely by practicing concentration, but also by consciously removing the things that prevent it. Distractions come in many forms, external and internal. External distractions include the constant noise of the modern world, social media notifications, emails, phone calls, television, and the endless stream of news and opinions that demand attention but often offer little value. Internal distractions are equally, if not more, insidious. They are the negative thoughts, self-doubt, fears, and limiting beliefs that occupy the mind and create mental clutter. The first step in eliminating these distractions is awareness. Many people are unaware of the forces that derail their focus because distractions become normalized, part of daily routine, or subconsciously accepted. Observing your thoughts, habits, and environment critically allows you to identify what pulls your attention away from your purpose. Once recognized, these distractions can be consciously managed, minimized, or removed entirely. Negative influences extend beyond personal habits and include relationships, environments, and information sources that weaken your mental strength and undermine your aspirations. Spending time with individuals who doubt, criticize, or discourage your ambitions erodes confidence and diminishes motivation. Surrounding yourself with negative news, toxic content, or environments filled with stress and conflict can produce similar effects, draining energy that could otherwise be directed toward your growth and goals. Napoleon Hill repeatedly highlighted the importance of cultivating a mastermind environment, a circle of supportive, like-minded, and driven individuals who reinforce positive thinking, encourage progress, and provide constructive guidance. By consciously choosing whom and what to allow into your mental and physical space, you protect the integrity of your focus and accelerate the realization of your objectives. Eliminating distractions also requires discipline and the establishment of routines that support concentration. The human mind thrives on structure. When attention is fragmented by unpredictability and chaos, creativity and productivity suffer. Scheduling focused blocks of time for deep work, study, or reflection creates conditions in which the mind can operate at peak capacity. During these periods, interruptions must be minimized, phones silenced, notifications disabled, and unnecessary tasks postponed, allowing uninterrupted engagement with what truly matters. Mental discipline is equally important. It is not enough to physically remove distractions. The mind must also be trained to resist wandering attention. Negative thoughts, fears, and doubts must be acknowledged without allowing them to dominate consciousness. Meditation, mindfulness practices, and self-reflection strengthen this mental muscle, enabling the mind to return quickly to the task or objective at hand. Hill often stressed that the power of thought is magnified when directed consistently toward a definite purpose. Every diversion, every lapse in concentration represents lost opportunity to advance toward your dreams. The accumulation of such lost moments can be staggering over time, highlighting the necessity of vigilance in protecting attention. Another essential strategy for eliminating distractions is the clear prioritization of goals and values. When objectives are clearly defined and deeply meaningful, it becomes easier to recognize what is irrelevant or counterproductive. Time and energy are finite resources, and focusing on activities that align with your highest priorities ensures that your efforts yield maximum impact. Non-essential activities, trivial tasks, and superficial concerns must be consciously minimized or eliminated, freeing resources for pursuits that advance your purpose. Emotional mastery is also central to overcoming distractions and negative influences. Emotions are powerful drivers of thought and behavior. When left unchecked, they can amplify distraction and derail focus. Fear of failure, envy, anger, and frustration are particularly corrosive, drawing attention away from productive effort and toward destructive rumination. Developing emotional resilience through self-awareness, reflection, and practice enables you to respond to challenges and setbacks without allowing them to compromise concentration or diminish motivation. Environment plays a critical role in minimizing distractions. Physical spaces cluttered with disorder, noise, or constant interruptions hinder concentration and reduce efficiency. Creating a dedicated workspace free from unnecessary stimuli and organizing it to support focused activity enhances mental clarity and reinforces habits of concentration. Similarly, limiting exposure to negative media, toxic social interactions, and environments filled with conflict or pessimism shields the mind from influences that weaken focus. Technology, while offering many benefits, is a double-edged sword when it comes to attention. Social media, instant messaging, and constant connectivity can fragment mental energy and cultivate dependency on external stimulation. Practicing conscious use of technology, setting boundaries, and dedicating time for uninterrupted work or reflection empowers the mind to maintain focus and directs energy toward meaningful pursuits. Developing the habit of single-minded concentration on one task at a time is another critical strategy. Multitasking, though often celebrated, divides attention and reduces the quality and efficiency of work. Focusing fully on one objective allows the mind to engage deeply, think creatively, and solve problems more effectively. Hill noted that successful individuals harness the power of focused thought, directing all available mental energy toward one definite purpose until it is achieved. Accountability and self-monitoring are also essential. Regularly assessing how time is spent, evaluating the impact of relationships and environments on focus, and making adjustments as needed maintain alignment with goals and purpose. Journaling, progress tracking, and reflection sessions help identify patterns of distraction and provide insight into strategies that work best for sustaining concentration. Cultivating a positive mental attitude is integral to eliminating negative influences. Optimism, faith in your ability to succeed, and belief in the value of your dreams create an internal environment that resists the pull of negativity. When the mind is oriented toward growth, opportunity, and solutions, it is naturally less susceptible to doubt, criticism, and discouragement. Hill emphasized that a positive mental attitude attracts opportunities, resources, and alliances, reinforcing the ability to maintain focus on what truly matters. Habit formation is another powerful tool. By intentionally developing routines that prioritize focused work, learning, reflection, and personal growth, you create a momentum that minimizes distractions. Habits act as automatic mechanisms that guide attention and behavior, reducing reliance on willpower alone and making it easier to stay aligned with purpose. Finally, eliminating distractions and negative influences is an ongoing process. Life constantly presents new challenges, sources of distraction, and influences that can derail attention. Vigilance, self-awareness, and continuous refinement of routines, environments, and relationships are required to maintain clarity and focus. The individual who masterfully removes distractions and cultivates a positive, supportive environment gains the ability to direct energy consistently toward achieving their dreams, turning thought into action and ambition into reality, taking consistent, purposeful action is the defining principle that separates those who merely dream from those who achieve. Dreams and goals, no matter how vivid or inspiring, remain inert without deliberate action to bring them to life. Napoleon Hill emphasized that knowledge alone is not power. It becomes power only when applied through consistent effort toward a definite purpose. Action transforms abstract ideas into tangible results, turning the potential within you into measurable accomplishment. Consistency in action is critical because it builds momentum. The human mind, like a machine, operates more efficiently when engaged regularly and systematically. Sporadic or half-hearted effort may produce temporary results, but sustained progress and ultimate success come from repeated, focused effort over time. By committing to purposeful action every day, no matter how small the steps, you accumulate the compound effects of effort that exponentially increase the likelihood of achieving your objectives. Purposeful action requires clarity of intention. It is not enough to simply act. One must act with the end goal clearly in mind. When every action is aligned with a defined purpose, time and energy are used efficiently, distractions are minimized, and progress becomes measurable. Napoleon Hill often noted that successful individuals operate with a definite major purpose, and their every effort is a step toward its realization. This alignment ensures that actions are not wasted on trivial matters or reactive responses to external circumstances. Planning is an integral part of purposeful action. Before acting, it is essential to identify the steps required to achieve the goal, anticipate potential obstacles, and determine the resources needed. A well-devised plan provides direction, reduces uncertainty, and enhances confidence. However, planning alone is insufficient. It must be followed by decisive execution. Many people spend excessive time preparing without ever taking meaningful action, which leads to stagnation. The habit of taking action cultivates courage and resilience. Action often involves risk, discomfort, and uncertainty, but by confronting these challenges repeatedly, the mind and spirit grow stronger. Fear of failure, procrastination, and self-doubt diminish when met with consistent effort, and each small success reinforces belief in one's abilities. Napoleon Hill emphasized that fear is one of the greatest obstacles to achievement, and it is overcome not by avoiding it, but by taking action in spite of it. Momentum generated through consistent action fuels motivation. Each completed task, each step forward, creates a sense of progress and reinforces commitment to the goal. The human psyche responds to progress. As momentum builds, enthusiasm, energy, and confidence increase, creating a self-reinforcing cycle that propels one closer to success. Conversely, inactivity breeds doubt, indecision, and loss of confidence, highlighting the necessity of persistent effort. Purposeful action also involves adaptability and learning from experience. Rarely do plans unfold exactly as envisioned, and challenges or setbacks are inevitable. Each action provides feedback and insight, offering opportunities to refine strategies, adjust approaches, and improve performance. Napoleon Hill emphasized the importance of using failures and difficulties as stepping stones rather than obstacles, learning from every experience and integrating those lessons into future actions. Discipline is fundamental to maintaining consistency. The ability to persist even when motivation wanes or when the tasks are difficult is a hallmark of highly successful individuals. Discipline is cultivated through habits, routines, and the conscious decision to act in alignment with goals, regardless of external circumstances or internal resistance. Time management is a crucial component of purposeful action. Recognizing the finite nature of time and investing it wisely ensures that efforts are directed toward activities that generate the greatest impact. Prioritization, delegation, and elimination of non-essential tasks free resources for high-value actions that advance objectives and accelerate progress. Accountability enhances the effectiveness of action. Holding oneself responsible for progress and results encourages diligence and reduces procrastination. Setting measurable goals, tracking performance, and regularly reviewing outcomes create a structure that supports continuous action and reinforces commitment to the ultimate purpose. Focus is another critical aspect. In a world filled with distractions, concentrating effort on the most important tasks amplifies results. Multitasking or scattering energy across too many pursuits reduces efficiency and slows progress. By directing attention fully to one objective at a time, the quality and impact of each action increase, producing faster and more significant outcomes. Motivation and purpose fuel action, but they must be translated into concrete steps. Napoleon Hill often stressed that desire without action is meaningless. It is the combination of burning desire, clear vision, and persistent effort that leads to achievement. Each action must be intentional, moving the individual closer to the realization of their dreams. Taking action also cultivates confidence. The act of doing, of moving forward, strengthens belief in one's abilities and reduces fear of the unknown. Confidence is reinforced with each success, no matter how small, creating a psychological foundation for tackling larger challenges and pursuing more ambitious goals. Collaboration and seeking guidance can amplify the effects of purposeful action. While personal effort is essential, leveraging the experience, knowledge, and support of others can accelerate progress, provide alternative perspectives, and enhance problem solving. Surrounding oneself with mentors, advisors, and like-minded individuals ensures that actions are informed, strategic, and more likely to yield positive results. Overcoming procrastination is a key element of purposeful action. The tendency to delay action, whether due to fear, uncertainty, or lack of motivation, is one of the most common barriers to success. Developing the habit of immediate, decisive action, even in small steps, creates momentum and reduces the power of hesitation. Each completed action reinforces the ability to act consistently in the future. Persistence in the face of obstacles is crucial. Challenges, setbacks, and failures are inevitable on the path to meaningful achievement, but consistent action ensures that these difficulties do not halt progress. Napoleon Hill emphasized that many individuals give up just before a breakthrough. Persistence, fueled by continuous action, often determines the difference between success and failure. Reflection and evaluation complement action. While consistent effort is essential, taking time to assess the effectiveness of actions, learning from outcomes, and adjusting strategies ensures that effort is productive and aligned with goals. This iterative process enhances efficiency, prevents wasted effort, and maximizes the impact of every action. The cumulative effect of consistent, purposeful action is transformative. Small, deliberate steps, repeated over time, accumulate into significant achievements. The power of compounding effort magnifies results, turning persistent action into momentum that is difficult to stop. Those who master the habit of taking consistent, purposeful action create a trajectory that carries them steadily toward their dreams, reinforcing belief, building skill, and generating tangible success. Finally, taking action bridges the gap between intention and reality. Dreams, plans, and knowledge remain theoretical until applied through effort. Action converts thought into results, ideas into accomplishments, and aspirations into tangible outcomes, embodying the principle that success is not a matter of chance, but of deliberate, focused, and persistent effort. As we draw this exploration to a close, remember that the journey to success and fulfillment begins and ends with you. The power of focusing on yourself and your dreams is not an abstract concept. It is a practical, actionable principle that shapes every decision, every action, and every outcome in your life. By mastering self-focus, you gain clarity of purpose and unlock the potential that lies dormant within. By defining your dreams clearly, you provide your mind with a precise target, guiding your thoughts, choices, and energy toward meaningful achievement. By eliminating distractions and negative influences, you protect your mental and emotional space, allowing your efforts to flow uninterrupted toward your highest objectives. And by taking consistent, purposeful action, you convert desire into accomplishment, ideas into results, and visions into reality. Success is not a matter of luck, circumstance, or the approval of others. It is the result of deliberate focus, disciplined thought, and persistent effort applied in alignment with your true purpose. Every moment spent consciously directing your mind and actions toward your dreams compounds into progress that eventually becomes extraordinary achievement. Power to create the life you desire resides entirely within you, and the choice to harness that power begins today in every thought you entertain, every decision you make, and every action you take. Your dreams are waiting, your potential is immense, and your future is shaped by the focus you cultivate and the actions you commit to. Embrace this power, remain steadfast in your purpose, and step forward with confidence, for when you focus on yourself and your dreams, you do more than change your life. You create a legacy of achievement, influence, and inspiration that can endure for generations.